What's up, everybody? This is Dominic here to talk about today's General Hospital episode. But before I do that, I'm gonna vent a little bit. Apparently, the last 3-4 minutes of GH, 2, 3, 4 minutes of GH was interrupted by ABC's coverage of the because today is the kind of a monumental day in American history. It's the day the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. Y'all know Martin Luther King's like famous "I Have a Dream" speech. It's like the 50th anniversary of that speech, of when that was had, and that was actually kind of a monumental day in American history. But it kind of changed a lot in American history. For me being African American, it kind of changed a lot for me personally. Even though I'm so young, even though that happened around my mom, when my mom was like, I think my mom said she was like 1 or 2 when all that went down, so she don't even remember half of it. But anyway, a lot of GH fans on Twitter were ticked off at the fact that they cut into GH because of this speech. Because of I think the president was doing the speech. I think like past presidents like Bill Clinton was doing speeches, and I think Jimmy Carter said something. Who I think is the oldest living president, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said something um, about the speech and whatnot, and I think some of his Martin Luther King's children said something about it. But anyway, and a lot of GH fans are like seriously pissed that they. I'm like, and that kind of in a way kind of pissed me off in a way too, because that they were. I wasn't pissed that they interrupted it, because it was a good reason that they interrupted it, but it was the last. I mean, seriously, people are fucking up in arms because they missed the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of GH. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, some things like the MLK speech, and I'm about to stop. Right, I'm about to start talking about today's episode. But things like the MLK speech is like seriously bigger than a fucking soap. So some of you people, and don't try comment. Anybody's gonna comment, don't comment negative stuff for me, because you're just gonna get blocked. You may get cussed out, and you just. I don't really don't let negative stuff get to me, but you may, if you say the wrong thing, you might get cussed out. But anyway, I try to keep it friendly here, so don't post any negative comments in the comment box. But anyway, let me talk about today's episode, GH. Um, where do I even start? Let me start off with Britt and Nicholas. Um, Nicholas Britt woke up in Windermere, and she woke up in Windermere, and um she basically we all know Nicholas bailed her out of jail, and she basically stayed at Windermere for the night, and we can just tell she's getting ready to have that baby, because how you tell how big she's got? She's getting ready to pop. She could pop any minute now. But anyway, she's talking to Patrick. Patrick's telling her. There's actually a little funny scene. She asked Patrick, "Are you Batman?" That was kind of funny. But she also Nicholas was basically showing her around Windermere, and I think he got get his butler or something to fix her. Well, we know he didn't cook it himself. I got his maid or something to fix her breakfast or whatnot, um and they were basically getting to know each other. He was basically showing her pictures and whatnot, and then Nicholas gets a call from Lulu, who's at the hospital, and she calls Nicholas over and tells him that um that he's an uncle again, and so he goes over. He's headed to the hospital. But anyway, that was really Nicholas and Britt scenes. Now let me talk about what I'm really over. I'm over. I'm over this damn Felix, Sabrina, and Patrick stuff. I seriously want them to give fucking Patrick, not Patrick, give fucking Felix his own fucking storyline. Excuse my language, but he seriously needs his own storyline. I mean, get him away from that whole Patrick and Sabrina. So why does he care? This is what I want to know. Why does he care about Patrick and Sabrina? I mean, he basically sitting there telling Patrick and Sabrina that everything about Britt being arrested, and about Britt's mother and whatnot, that she's the one that put Duke in the hospital, which really hasn't been picked up since the last time we saw Duke. But anyway, she's the one that put Duke in the hospital, and a lot of people basically like, not a lot. I mean, a lot of people on Twitter kind of agree with me too, and on message boards were saying stuff like, why does Felix care? They should just basically put either put Felix in his own storyline or basically get rid of him because all he does is worry about Patrick and Sabrina's life. I mean, give him his own fucking storyline. I mean, seriously. Um, and when Felix told Patrick and Sabrina that Patrick was basically telling Sabrina was basically saying stuff about Brit and whatnot, and about the Brit and the baby and whatnot. Patrick kind of got defensive and whatnot, saying that's my child you're talking about. And Sabrina looked a little unnerved. She looked a little stunned that Patrick actually. It's just basically shows that she's very insecure. And like I said, I'm over Sabrina. I'm over this whole Patrick and Sabrina parent. I'm ready for my girl Robin to come back, and we all know she coming back. And I haven't talked about. I don't think I've talked about that in any of my videos. Kimberly McCullough is coming back to GH if you hadn't already. If you've been living under the rock, you wouldn't know this, but she's coming back to GH on a contract basis. I don't know how long a contract is, but she's coming back on contract. But yeah, so Robin's coming back, and I can't wait for her to come back. I'm ready for her and Patrick to get back together. I'm just ready for them to get back together and let this Sabrina and stuff just end. I'm over the whole Sabrina and Patrick relationship because their whole relationship is revolving around freaking revolving around Brit. I mean, their whole relationship is revolving around Brit. And they got like interlopers like Felix always in their relationship. So I'm over all that, and I'm done with that. But anyway, let me talk about AJ and AJ being interrogated by Dante. Can I tell you something? I wanted to push Dante in the damn face today. Dante basically sitting there yelling at AJ, showing AJ pictures of Connie, saying how you killed my cousin and whatnot. I'm like, hey, Dante, I want you to stop acting like you and Connie were ever close. Dante and Connie we never really seen them in scenes together. I can't even tell you the times we seen Dante and Connie in scenes together. Seriously. I'm like, you finna quit acting like you and Connie was so damn close. I mean, y'all aren't close. I mean, seriously. I mean, Dante act like he and Connie were so damn close. And somebody on my Twitter, because I live tweet GH when I can, but they were basically like, he's probably mad that AJ made his mama cry. I mean, we all know Olivia's all tore up about Connie, but Dante need to quit acting like he and Connie were like close. But anyway, he and Anna are like interrogating AJ, asking AJ does he have a basically did he shoot Connie, and then Dante gets called to the hospital. Basically goes back to the hospital. Gets called to the hospital. He leaves, and he walks out. Because Lulu's calling him and whatnot. And I got a little theory. Lulu's constantly saying how she's agitated. That Dante's always working. He's never home. He's never there. He's always working. But I'ma say this. I got a feeling Lulu's gonna get sick of Dante not being around. It's probably gonna eventually cheat. I think she's gonna eventually cheat. Anyway, I think Lulu's gonna eventually cheat on Dante. Eventually, that would give them some drama. Basically, all this stuff like this, the baby not being theirs, that would give them a little drama. But anyway, but yeah, I kind of got a little sidetracked. But but Anna sitting there interrogating AJ. He basically asked AJ. She asked AJ, did he shoot Connie? And she says, Anna sends Dante to the Quartermains because they'll go question Tracy. Before all that happened, Tracy's on the phone with Luke, trying to call Luke. She calls Luke to tell him that she is back control of ELQ. Then Luke pops up. Luke basically tells her how basically it tells her everything about Sean Donnelly, giving him a little small antidote or whatnot, but it's not a full antidote, but giving him something that basically give him his strength back temporarily. He basically tells her that he appreciates everything she's done. That I think he said he loved her and whatnot. So he basically tells Tracy that he's finna get ready to go back to try to chase down Jerry and whatnot. And he basically kisses her, and Luke and Tracy kiss and whatnot. And I've always been a big fan of Luke and Tracy. I've always been a big Luke and Tracy fan. But anyway, then we cut to the hospital where Laura and Scotty are talking, and Scotty basically tells Laura that he's had enough of chasing her. He's sick of basically chasing her around, seeing Luke. Basically, she basically knows that Luke is always gonna be in Laura's orbit, and he's sick of chasing her around. So he basically asked her for a divorce, and that he's basically gonna focus on his y'all know Scotty is running for district attorney and whatnot. He's running for DA of Port Charles and whatnot. And he also says that he said that Um, he was saying something like, um, how, like he said, he seriously said he's done, um, he's done chasing Laura around, and he's basically, that he had been spending a lot of time with Tracy, not Tracy, spending a lot of time with Lucy, and I would be here if Lucy and Scotty got back together, because Kevin's never around. Lucy always talk about how Kevin's always leaving and whatnot, so I wouldn't mind if they put Scotty and Lucy back together. I wouldn't mind. I mean, seriously, I wouldn't mind that. But anyway, what has happened on today's episode? I'm not leaving anything out. Michael was telling Elizabeth about AJ being in jail, about AJ potentially shooting Connie. Elizabeth was all tore up about it, and then that's when I saw Nicholas appeared. Nicholas came to the hospital, and he basically consoled Elizabeth, basically hugged Elizabeth, and told her that guess he was there for her and whatnot. And then I think it's about around the time it cut off, because I think it cut off about around the time Luke and when Luke and I think Luke and Lulu was having some scenes, and it was like we missed like the last 4 minutes of it, and that's when I kind of that's when I saw people on Twitter basically going rampant that they missed the last 4 minutes. I'm like, seriously, the reason GH was cut off is because it was something that was bigger than a soap, and I'm like, people should just get over the damn selves. I'm sure that they can go. I'm pretty sure the last 4 minutes of GH will probably be on soap. You go out and watch the last 4 minutes on SoapNet tonight, and somebody probably already has it on YouTube right now. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel about today's episode. Leave me a comment below, and I'll try to get back at you guys. But anyway, this is Dominic checking out. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.